I'm J. Marie Poetry, owner of Dirty Words Apparel, and my co-host Brandy is owner of the Pleasure Palace. We are the Dirty Pleasure Show. This podcast gets dirty, down in the sheets of your bed and your head. Conversations get deep. For instance, while giving head, what do you think about? Does it matter? Can you please your mate, or should others be involved? These topics and more are in store for your listening pleasure. We are the Dirty Pleasure Show. What's going on, everybody? My name is J. Marie Poetry. I'm owner of Dirty Words Apparel, and I've got with me my illustrious co-host, BK Pleasure Palace, otherwise known as Brandy. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Brandy. I am an independent bedroom candy consultant, and I am the owner of the BK Pleasure Palace, and I am the co-host of the Dirty Pleasure Show.
Okay. So, right away, we're going to get into the topic. And the topic is one that has been in the news for a minute. So, while we bring up some of our guests, we're going to introduce the topic. So, here we go. All right, we're going to bring up Adam, we're going to bring up Steven, and we're going to bring up James. Now, the topic we are digging into is called Kiss and Tell. Now, what do we mean by that? We are going to just go ahead and show what we're talking about. This nigga right here. Okay. So, why? So, why is it okay? Or let me ask this: is there a statute of limitations when we talking about bringing up old shit? Let me ask that first. So, we'll start with James. Is there a statute of limitations when you bringing up old shit?
It depends on what it is.
Okay,
if it's something important. If it's something important that whoever you talking to needs to know it, then there is no statute. But if it's something that's irrelevant, or if it's something you just trying to be petty, yeah, there's a statute on that. There's the time and place for it. Sometimes, or most of the time, is not a place for it at all. It just depends on the context and what the information is.
Okay. So let me go to Steven. What's your opinion on this? Is it a statute of limitations on this type of shit?
I mean, for me, I'm going to the source. I'm going to the person. I'm not going online or, cloud chasing or whatever. I'm going straight to the source, get my information, go from there.
Okay. And so, Adam, what about you? What is your opinion on this? Is it a statute of limitations on bringing up old shit?
Well, was it kind of like what James said? It's, it all depends. Like, for instance, let's say you're telling me you're getting ready to make some woman your wife, and I saw her like 10 years ago in like a fucking strip club. I mean, I kind of feel like I owe it to my boy who's getting ready to put a ring on this woman's finger to let him know she had a checkered past, if you want to put it that way. I don't know.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you do some shit that would basically, I'm not saying that just because she was a hoe, or not even a hoe, but if she's a stripper back then, doesn't mean she's a stripper now. I mean, unless she's just a stripper for you, that's great, wonderful. But I mean, if she was a stripper back then, I just feel like if people might recognize her walking down the street and being like, hey, what's up, Mercedes? She'd be like, I thought your name was Tiffany. Exactly. Like, I kind of feel like if it's something that could potentially come up and you know about it, you owe it to, the person who doesn't know, to kind of share that information, especially if it's your boy. There's a bro code. I mean.
Okay. So it's dependent on like the situation. Brandy, what about you? Is it a statute of limitations on bringing up old shit?
Yes, and there's a statute of limitations. Yes, unless it's detrimental to my health or I'm in danger, keep your mouth shut. I don't need to know. I'll find out for myself and vice versa. I don't see the point in bringing up old shit what's it gonna do? Bring up old shit, especially where we're headed with this conversation today, does nothing but create more shit. So yes, there's a statute of limitations.
Okay.
Wait. J. Marie. One little counterpoint I would say that. Let's say your friend knew that some guy you're talking to used to fuck with other guys, like 10 years ago. I mean, hey, it's old shit, right? You know, based on your statement, it's old shit. So I mean, hey, you don't want to know that. You're gonna find out for yourself. Apparently, that you know.
That's a good point.
Again, that could be something but that could be something towards okay, you need to know that he goes both ways. In case he's cheating on you, won't be astonished. But we talking about statute of limitations bring up old shit because you bitter and you mad that person moved on.
But wait.
What the information is.
Y'all don't preface it by saying
that. You just Adam want to dig up old shit about me. We don't end that relationship.
Adam, stop muffling your mic. It's hard to understand you, but hold on. But because Adam brought up a good point. Now, what if the dude you dating was out going another direction and you didn't know that? And his ex is like, no, you need to know this. I'm gonna tell you, but it been 5 years or 20 years. Is it ever a statute of limitation on that? What if it was 20 years ago?
But you know that one girl that was the IG model, she had AIDS for like 20 years and didn't know it and exposed a bunch of people to it. So it's like it depends on the information and it depends on what context the information's in, because if it is your health or if it is
there's no statute of limitations.
If it's something that's going to dramatically alter your life or dramatically alter someone else's life,
Tyrone now, then
like that's totally different. If you're doing
wait, different. Hold on, Adam, hold on, because I got where you going with this, because at the same time. Okay, so 20 years ago, your boyfriend was dipping and dabbling with Roger, but he didn't bring nothing back, and he didn't do it again. But he did dip and dabble with Roger a few times. Now, if he's presenting himself as a heterosexual to you, but then it turns out that he's actually somebody who's gone a different direction. And this is no shade to the LGBTQ community and none of that. We're just talking about the fact that if somebody's presenting themselves a certain way, but that ex brought that information up. And
if it's something you need to know, then that should be first and foremost. If it's something detrimental, which that could be detrimental to your health, that definitely could be. Now, I'm not saying that that's something that, you know, that community has that nobody else has. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying because there are people that are safe. There are people that do things in a safe way. That is 100% a thing. But at the same time, if you are in that situation where you don't know and somebody knows and they come to you and say, hey, yo, this is how your boy used to be. So if I were you, I would be cautious or I would have that conversation. That's totally different.
Okay, so you saying it's the way that they come to you about the information?
Yeah, if a person is trying to be a good person and trying to give you that information just to be, a good lookout or somebody trying to be helpful to you, that's one thing. It's another thing altogether to try to do something to sabotage somebody or to try to be hateful to somebody. Those are two separate issues altogether.
Okay, so what Irv Gotti is doing with Ashanti, the whole situation with Ashanti, let's talk about that real quick. Because is it relevant that he brought it up? And this has been 20 some years ago, and this is a documentary apparently that he's doing. And just using this situation, you bringing up something from 20 years ago, it's not detrimental to my health. It's not doing anything to, let somebody know, like if I was dabbling in cross-dressing or if I was dabbling in, I used to be a man and now I'm not, or something like that. It's nothing like that.
That's important. If you were born a dude, that is important.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm saying it's not that. This is just relationship stuff, right? So
Well,
is relationship
okay, so
stuff a?
so
Wait, wait, wait,
refresh
wait.
us on what he actually said. Refresh us on what he actually said.
Can I
I
ask
don't
you
know.
for the point
I
first?
don't know the
Wait, wait, wait.
exact thing of what he said.
that he slept with Ashanti and how they hooked up. Like what
Okay.
relevance does it have to do with anything?
Okay.
You
Yeah,
gotta
that
wait,
has
wait, no, no,
This
no, no,
zero.
no.
whole time you were
That
married.
has
This
no
whole
ref.
time, but you villainizing her
Yeah.
in the news.
Yeah,
Right,
that
but
has
you gotta
nothing to do with
realize
nothing.
something. We can't really. Again, I understand we're trying to have a legitimate conversation about this whole point about like kissing and telling and obviously doing it to trying to hurt somebody else. But you gotta realize
Okay.
we are talking about a celebrity who's basically trying to use this to promote or use the controversy to sell whatever documentary he got going on. So it's a
Right.
self promotion thing. This isn't just some guy who's bringing up some shit about some girl. This
No,
is
no, no.
literally,
And
like you said, Irv Gotti bringing up some shit about Ashanti because obviously those two names will
Yes,
pop
it
in people's
is.
minds.
'Cause
That's
even
the
if
only
he
reason.
it is, Adam. But the thing is, it brings up a good point because we're trying to understand, like, okay, is there a statute of limitations when it comes to bringing up old shit about a relationship? When is it not okay, or when is it where you cock block, and when does that line get drawn there? Where do you say, you know what, this ain't it? Or have you been been in a situation yourself where you told your homeboy about maybe it's a girl that he messing with, and
Hey, if
Steve,
they
you
let
definitely
me,
can chime in too, because we got some new people here. We want to let them chime in as well, because James and Adam, I know y'all be regular contributors, but let
I
somebody
honestly
else talk,
never said,
motherfucker. Let
hold
somebody
on,
else
real quick.
talk.
I honestly never said anything to a friend that I didn't feel like was helpful. Like I didn't say some shit
Okay.
to try to cock block him, but I mean, like if my guy's doing something and he's with somebody who quote unquote has a history or who's done something, I'd be like, hey, just so you know, this girl did X Y Z. That's pretty much all I'm gonna say. But it's
Oh,
not to try and like hurt him. That's my boy, or that's a guy. Like I'm not gonna go on my way to ever talk to a guy who I'm not friends with to try and fuck with him to try to get. Like, I don't play that mind game shit. I don't. I'm gonna tell you because you're my
okay.
friend and I feel like you need to know because you don't know.
Oh,
That's it.
okay. Okay. So hey, he done hopped off. Something must have happened. Okay. So James, is there a topic that should not be brought up when we're talking about kiss and tell? Is there something that should just not be ever brought up when we're talking about that kind of scenario?
it it really depends on the situation. Because if I'm just talking to my homeboy about, hey, I did such and such with Shorty, we did XYZ, that's one thing. Or you got, hey man, I know you talking to this girl, but I seen her, running through, half the football team. That's totally different. Like
Right. Me and my boys ran a train on
it
it. I know
depends.
personally. You know what?
Yeah, like it totally depends. Like, like, hey, I was number 6. Like
Exactly.
that could be an issue. But
Okay.
if it's, you just talking to be talking, or you're like, hey, yo, like my Tuesday, this week she was wilding, like we did XYZ. Like that's totally different. But
Okay.
if
Okay.
I was bringing up something like, yo, me and Miss Pleasure Palace, she showed me, the merchandise. That's like, you're like, yo, like, dude, like it. I don't need to know that. Like that's not
She showed you the
Right.
dang.
the
I was trying to go
merchandise.
there. No, I was trying to plug the damn it. She showed you
She
the
We don't
showed
say
bedroom
that about
candy.
plugs.
she
We don't
showed
say that
she
about
showed
plugs.
me
We say that about
she
plugs.
showed me some bedroom candy that I was like, oh my god, it blew my mind.
Okay, okay. All right, okay, so Brandy, let's talk about that. Have you, for a girl, okay, because when the situation is kiss and tell for a girl, for a woman, let me say it like that, for a woman, is it ever a situation where we have to be like, you know what, that's borderline hate, like your ex-husband or ex-boyfriend, you know that he did some wild shit or he did some stuff or whatever, maybe he cheated on you or something like that and did some crazy stuff, and you let the next girl know. Now, is that Is that kiss and tell, cotton locking kind of thing?
Well, okay.
Listen,
Okay.
I had my ex was cheating on me. And he was also abusive. And I told the side chick, now I don't know, you need to leave him alone because we were both stupid. But I told her.
Okay.
And she went and told him what I said. And they both collectively decided I was hating. And then a couple months later, she wrote me a letter saying how sorry she should have believed me. So I've learned to mind my business. Unless I know this dude is running around carrying a package, like he got HIV, I'm gonna say something, but I'm not gonna say anything just to be.
He got the package.
No, what we're talking about with Irv is Irv did this shit to be fucking petty. He did this shit to get attention because the attention was on him. Nothing was detrimental to anyone's health. He was being a bitch.
Right. But
so what was it? So my particular story, and I say, obviously not using names, but my ex-wife, and my ex-wife is now remarried, obviously, and her new husband and I, we're really good friends. No issues. There's so much shit I have not told this guy. This guy asked me so many times, oh, why did you guys break up? I'm like, we grew apart. Like, no, I mean, she grew apart. A knife in my back, quite literally. A knife in my back, quite literally. But at the end of the day, I'm like, hey, I'm not gonna go into the details of this because I mean, she seems sane these days. So, I kind of want the mother of my kids, or the mother of my daughter at least, and, my ex to be happy, and, somebody took her off my hands, so it's good. I don't need him returning, and being like, I need a refund. Like, well, I can't help you.
Let me ask Steven, Adam, let me ask Steven about his scenario or situation. Is there ever a situation that you've been in, not Adam, sorry, Steven, where you've had somebody kiss and tell or cock blocking, however you want to put it, where you felt like, that shit you could have kept to your goddamn self, or you yourself been that person where you had to say something?
I try to stay out them circles. My circle pretty small, you know what I'm saying? I don't step on toes, and hopefully my toes ain't messed up. But me personally, I can't attest to that one.
Okay. So
my man was like step on toes, not toes.
Well, and everybody's in different relationship statuses on this show, so I don't want to get anybody in trouble, and we're not trying to do nothing like that. But just in past scenarios, let's talk about it like that, Steven, because I don't want to get you in trouble, sir. But in past scenarios, have you had a situation where maybe you was trying to talk to this girl and you was trying to do, whatever, and you had either your I wouldn't say your homie, somebody who, approached a woman and told them some shit that they shouldn't have said, or you said some stuff to somebody that maybe you probably was like, what? After second thought, I shouldn't have said no shit like that because it blew up in your face.
Yeah. I got
past scenarios, Steven. Now, okay.
Definitely the past.
Past. Okay, past. Okay. Past.
Very, very much in the past.
Got you. Past. Got it.
But I've had situations where a guy felt like I was trying to push up on his girl or something, and it wasn't like that. We just had a prior relationship, not nothing physical, but what I'm saying, we kind of dated or whatever, and he ended up being with her for a while, and I don't know, I guess she must have told him or something. And
okay.
It put a damper on me and his relationship.
Okay, so this was your homeboy.
Right.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, just trying to understand the setup here. Okay, so this is your homeboy.
We ain't been cool since, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So that ain't something that I hope for, but
okay,
I couldn't understand why she had to bring it up for, but for some reason she felt like she had to.
Okay.
Well, okay.
So every situation, it seemed like whenever it's you bringing up some old shit, they don't ever go well. That's what it sounds like. Don't ever go well.
I mean, that's okay. So, there's a particular issue. Like, I remember I had, one of my good friends, literally one of my best friends in the world.
You said, wait. You said one of your gay friends?
One of my best friends.
Okay, sorry. No. I know. I thought he said gay friends. I'm not being funny. James, shut up. I hate I'm looking at this camera.
So again, I said one of my best friends. This guy's like a brother to me, right? You know, I remember like he was going through some shit with his wife, right? He's going through some shit with his wife. He was going through some shit with his wife, and at the time I was married, and he was coming to hang out with my wife and her sister and a couple other people, right? And I forgot that I told my wife how much of a like family man he was and how happy he was with his wife, and I didn't tell her like what recent developments had happened, and here he is hitting on her sister in front of her, and she's sitting up here looking like, oh, this piece of shit, and she's thinking all these terrible thoughts of him, but it's because I ran my fucking mouth to my wife about like oh yeah, it's my boy, family man, whatever, and then like didn't like clue in on the most recent details. And then she ended up torpedoing everything with her sister because she's like, yo, this guy's a piece of shit. He's married and has kids and whatever else, So
okay, hold on. Clarify. What you mean torpedoing? What does that mean?
Well, she basically like jumped in the middle of like him trying to like talk to her sister, and basically said, oh yeah, this is some absolute bullshit.
Wait. So she was talking to him about, or she was talking to her sister about the ain't shit he was doing? Is that what you mean? Or are you talking about you present him as a family man to her, to your wife?
I presented him. Part of me presenting him as a family man to my wife was so I didn't get in trouble when I hung out with him. Because
okay.
Let's just be honest. Because I mean, if she knew the kind of dirt he was getting into, and I guess me too, of course. Obviously, there would have been more eyes and more like scrutiny on me. So I was like, oh, this man's loving his wife and everything else. So it's amazing. Yeah, he's a great person. He worships his wife, all this bullshit. And then he comes hanging out with us one time by himself. Her sister's there. And I mean, he is like unabashedly going after her sister. Like, like laying nothing, like leaving nothing to imagination. Like, hey, what's up? And she's looking at me like, are you fucking kidding me? And I'm like,
oh, damn. So you probably shouldn't have said nothing, period. You probably should have been like, nah, I mean, he's good.
Like,
keep it vague.
And the funny thing is now that friend, I'm engaged to his sister. So
okay.
Happens.
Okay, so kiss and tell, it never, well, okay, so Brandy, let me ask this from a female standpoint. Have you ever been in a situation where you've done some kiss and tell, but it been on some, it wasn't on some right shit when you did it? Not the ex with the abusive ex, but anything past.
No, because I don't like that, and I've had that done to me on a few occasions where it's been lies. So I try not to do that.
Okay.
But if I have done it, I've not knowingly done it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna keep it real. There's a situation way back yonder where a female was trying to kind of, I guess, have a one up on me. And she was like, now he don't mess with this type of woman. I'm a so-called this type of woman. And I let her keep talking for a little while. And then I was like, well, he was just over my house last night. That's interesting. He don't mess with this type of woman. And, blah, blah, blah. And I got to run in my mouth. And then it was just it was like an ego thing, though. It wasn't even like to make him look bad or to any of that. But it was just like, bitch, what you mean? I can't pull him and da-da-da-da. And that little ego, boy, it takes over sometimes.
Yeah.
So this is back in the day, though. I admit I was a little young and dumb on that, but yeah. So I say I've done that, but not for the purpose of trying to. That's what it is, dirty Mac. I was trying to think of the other phrase that I've heard used, dirty Mac. I wasn't trying to dirty Mac anybody, but it was just like, you're not gonna tell me that he can't be interested in me because of this, you know. So I did that, but that is not something I regularly do. And I've also learned that when you try to tell somebody about somebody, like as a way of forewarning them, that shit never works neither. So it's best for you not to even say anything, unfortunately.
Not a
because
damn thing. Like
because it's gonna come back on you. Tenfold, as they say, whatever the fold is, you gonna fold. They gonna fold on you before you fold on them.
They gonna always take the spouse's side too.
It's not even like, it's just the boyfriend.
Whoever it is, they just spouse, boyfriend, whoever. They gonna believe that person over you. Like, ma'am, I saw him get out of her car, but okay, that's on them.
Yeah, you have to wonder. Like, yeah, sometimes it's best to just shut up. Let them figure it out themselves.
Hey, sure. That has worked to my benefit a time or two. So like, you know, when you do something to a person and they're like, oh my God, this is so dope, and they tell their friend about it, and so long story short, the chick
was it the Hucklebuck shit? Was it the Hucklebuck shit? Hey, that's what I need to know.
Hey, it was along those lines. So when you touch somebody's crazy button and they tell their friend about it, and their friend is like, hey, I heard you did XYZ to so and so, I want some too. And sometimes you gotta be like, all right, you know,
no. You're squaring away too. Sometimes you gotta God.
And I mean,
don't say square away. That sounds like it's a business.
Sometimes you gotta set them on the right path.
Okay,
it just be like that sometimes.
So let me ask this. Okay, I'm gonna always go to the female side on it first. Okay, B. Now, have you ever had somebody come to you about some magical skill set that you've had? And like they say, you know, well, I mean, you know, my boy, you know what I mean? He, you do the whoop-de-doo. Wait, hold on. You do the whoop-de-doo, whatever it is. And I heard, has that ever came to your doorstep?
I don't know if it's something that I did, but it definitely got around that we had messed around. And whatever he said, the other guy that told me he said it, I had been messing with him a few years later. So it's like, you've been trying to get to me because whatever you heard. I don't know what was said.
So you saying, so you saying this was years later that you found out that old boy was talking to whoever you was messing with beforehand.
Before the second person I ever even got to know each other, he had already told him everything about me. And then I come to find out he actually told a few people about me. But he was fucking everybody. So it was just like a trophy line, I think. Like, oh, I've had this. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, yeah.
So, Steven, I want to ask you the question, but again, past tense, sir. Past tense. Past tense. Okay. Has there ever been a circumstance where somebody, a woman, has went to another woman, or you've been like the topic of conversation, and you find out like after the fact of you messing with this chick, but now you learn that, oh, this is the reason why you messed with me because you heard about it?
Man. Long time ago.
Long time ago. Yes, sir. Long time ago. Long time.
Back
all the way back. Hey days.
Military days.
Okay. Military. Okay. Let's talk about that.
How do I say this?
It was back beforehand, you know. So
you just gotta let them have it.
Well, anyway,
that's how you gotta let it go.
So it's pretty small circles.
Yep.
And I pick one out. You know, I was young, so it wasn't like I picked them out. But we talked. Vibe. The vibe was all right.
Okay.
We messed around. Then she left. She left like so. We messed around, and she left like a month later, and went to. She flew out to wherever she had to go. So it's still some of her friends still there. So I had about one or two of them, talk to me or try to talk to me.
Okay.
I had a lot more morals at that time.
Okay, right. You did, definitely. We all do in the military, for sure.
But I could have.
Super morals.
The opportunity was there, but.
Super morals, yeah. But morals stopped you.
But yeah, I mean, the military life, it's something else. You know what I'm saying? Like, it definitely some dirty pleasure going on in that.
Where were you stationed?
A lot of that shit.
Where were you stationed?
I don't know. You might not want to disclose that, James, and we're not going to get into the military conversation. It's a lot of anonymity we got to observe here, sir.
So I'll say this. I'll put it like this. One place.
Wait, hold on. He couldn't hear you. I'm sorry. He said where? He said, hold on. Stephen. He said, where were you stationed at?
I was in Okinawa, Japan at that time.
Oh, damn. Okay.
You ever been to Germany?
Nah, I never made it. I went to I was mostly California, and then I did a year in Okinawa, Japan.
So you missed that.
So in Japan. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you were a Marine?
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense.
All right, James, I'm finna stop you because I already know that you itching to have this conversation. We ain't finna do this. I see it. No, we're not finna do this. Okay, so have I had this happen? I think more times than I know. I'm gonna just say it like that. More times than I know. Because I also have to observe anonymity. So I'm gonna say more times than I have probably been aware of. And I won't say that was probably the reason why, but one person actually said something to me like, he didn't say that he knew anything about me, but he asked about, did I know certain people? Now that's a slick ass way to do it. That's a slick ass way because you asking about certain people who are known as community, you know what? So community dick and pussy, right? And you asking me about certain people that have got around. Like, do you know them? And it's like, no, yeah, that's my homie or whatever. It's like, oh, you know him, okay. So now that's a guy's way of asking. If you mess with somebody, rather than asking you directly, it's such and such. Are you cool with such and such? You went to school with such and such, or you was in a group with such and such. And them groups.
I don't know. Sometimes that's kind of weird to me. Like, I've never been one to be like, oh, so and so. Oh, okay, yeah, me and him, cool. Oh, yeah, so I already know what time it is. Like, nah. If I know who you don't mess with. If I know who you don't mess with, I'm gonna leave you alone. Like, you're off limits to me. Because either A, I'm gonna think that person's gross, or B, that's my homeboy, and I'm not gonna follow him. I don't think that's what.
What if it ain't your homeboy? What if it's somebody that you just know of?
Then I'm gonna.
It ain't nobody you cool with.
Doesn't matter. If I know who a chick been with, nah, I'm good.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
So was I actually want to say a piece on that too? Because I'm listening to this and I'm sitting up here saying, I don't operate like that either. But it's odd. Like, if I know somebody who you've been with, it doesn't mean I'm automatically gonna rule you out, but I'm not gonna pursue you for that reason. Like if for whatever reason, like we happen to come together, we have chemistry. It is what it is. But I mean, I like just because I know somebody's been with something like that, that shit doesn't interest me. You're not gonna tell me, oh, this person did some crazy off the wall shit. You gotta go talk to this girl like that. No, like that's really weird to me.
Okay. Steven, let me ask you the same question. Have you ever kind of, what is that? I guess it's guilty by association, maybe? Have you ever used that sort of delineation when you're talking about messing with somebody or whatever? You start asking questions like that? Steve, you there?
Yes, I am.
Did we mute him? Okay, well, I guess we're gonna move on to the next. Brandy, have you used that for delineating whether you would deal with a guy or not? Asking him who he's been with, or did he know such and such? Whoa, he on here twice.
I really.
How the hell you on here twice?
I don't want to know. Like, that just turns into messiness. And now, if it's no, let me take that back. If you are friends with somebody, I don't purposely ask, but if I find out you're friends with somebody that I may have messed with, I do leave that alone.
Okay, Steven, let me ask you that. Can you hear me now? Steven?
Yeah, it sounds like you got that Metro PCS.
I'm gonna go. No.
Jesus Christ.
I can't mute his mic. Okay, maybe he muted it. Okay. So have I done that? Probably early on when I was dipping and dabbling, I'll say, yeah, I was concerned about who you were messing with, only because of conversations with the chick, or I've had conversations with the chick to kind of know how she move and shake, and then to know that they messed with that person. Then it's like, it's because of how I know from her how she moves and shakes, not because ultimately just because he messed with XYZ that I'm gonna be like, oh nah, you're not for me and none of that. It's because I know what she's told me, like how she's moving. And it's like, damn, she just be with everybody. Because I done heard situations. Now here's another topic.
Wait.
Guys, hold on. Here's another one. Guys. There's some guys that will, what is it called? Dry hate or
dry snitch?
Dirty Mac. Other
talking about dry snitch?
Guys, yeah, other guys just like, oh yeah, such and such been with such and such and such and such, blah 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 blah. Or they tell on themselves, yeah, I smashed so and so and so and so. And you like, why are you telling me? Why do I need to know this information? What does that do?
I'm not going to do that.
Wait. So
if you're talking to a girl, you're not going to do that? Okay.
I'm not going to volunteer. You never volunteer information.
Okay.
You only answer the question that's asked.
Okay.
If you don't ask me, I'm not going to answer.
I'm going to be like, there's a number. You really want to hear it? Like, I don't know. I mean, but going back to, what was it? Going back to what you were saying before, the only time I would say that this was like true for me, like, like if you care about who the person is now, this is like back in school, like high school and shit like that. That was a thing. Why? Because everybody all moved in the same circles. You all knew each other. So if I knew a girl fucking some guy who I thought was like well beneath me, like however you want to look at how I just said that. But,
well beneath you.
But I mean, it's my statue. Whether or not looks, whether it be like anything. If I'm looking at some dude and I'm like, oh, this is a bum ass motherfucker. Like if you fucking with him, I don't care what you look like. I can't even have my name associated with your ass. Like I don't like if they put the yearbook together and they put us next to each other, I'm be like, no, it's like no, you got to put a whole page between us. Like, but that's how I feel. Like, but that was back in high school days. You know what I mean? Like nowadays, people aren't as close like that. Like, I mean, it's a little different. High school, everybody's like fucking with everybody. It's just a thing,
Okay.
At least my high school. Everybody's fucking with everybody. So it's like, I hear a girl was fucking with some bum ass dude. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay,
yeah,
so
it's a little different.
So let me ask this question.
You're talking grown people stuff here. I'm like, what?
Okay, so let me ask this question. Have you been in a situation, now this is back before, like, we'll say your younger years, because, as you get older, that shit kind of change. But has it been a situation where you've been like, somebody come to you, your homeboy, or maybe not your homeboy, but a dude that's like, yo, I know you mess with Shorty or whatever, but maybe it's something she do or don't do, and he want to know, like, did she do this with you, or was she the same way?
High school.
That's high school when it happened?
This was 100% high school. 100% high school, maybe a very, very little bit of college, but once we all got to, like, us trying to actually go somewhere, like, we weren't really concerned with that bullshit. But high school, oh yeah, hell, junior high school, oh hell yeah, that was all that. Oh, you were fucking around with this girl, like, nah, dude, like that, like, okay.
Junior high school?
Okay, yeah.
That a day in my life.
Junior high school and high school, I actually said to this one guy, because he was like fucking around with some girl, right? And he was like, I was like, yo, she give good head? And he was like, eh. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I mean, I asked the question, right? Because I was interested in that as like a 13, 14-year-old kid.
She gotta learn.
What the fuck? I got it there. Okay.
Nah, she gotta learn. I'll sit there, be like, hey, you gonna learn today?
Oh, believe me, this is why I get fearful as the age of 10 and 11 approaches, because I'm like, I know what the fuck I was doing at 13. So I need to make sure I get a hold of this situation before it gets out of hand. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah. Mine are sheltered, or they were. So
yeah, man, shit. Mine out here, like, I'm just trying to make sure ain't nobody saying shit for the streets. Like, that's what I'm trying to avoid.
Okay, so
trying to keep that baby off the pole. That's every dad's goal is to keep that baby off the pole. If you keep your baby off the pole, you have succeeded as a dad. But if your baby's on the pole and you didn't give her a hug or didn't give her a popsicle when she wanted one, I mean, it looked like you failed. Like, if there were grades for dads,
bro, I'm pretty sure
you failed.
Education, so I can keep her off the pole, bro. Every time I see her doing some bullshit, I'm sitting up here, like, she's sitting up here putting on makeup.
What's wrong with? Wait. Okay, y'all seen Pete Valley? Like, what?
I've never seen that show a day in my life. What the fuck? What is that?
What?
Is that show where it was two dudes in the bed?
Sir,
on that thing from Facebook? Is that what
Sir,
I'm asking. It's a legitimate question.
Hold on, we're not gonna judge that, but yes,
I didn't.
It is.
Listen.
Let's go back to the topic.
James, hold on. We kind of transcended into we kind of transcended.
Is that show about women on the pole, or is it dude on the pole? Like, what is that?
No.
Wait, what TV show is
it?
I don't know what that's about.
It's not. Okay, listen. It's not about dudes on the pole. Okay, it's like an A, a B, and a C story with this show. The A story is one thing, and all that other stuff. But I'm just saying, strippers. Okay, listen. Strippers. So you say you don't want to run your girl, your daughter, or whatever, your kids to the pole. Well, not the kids to the pole. Jesus. Not the kids to the pole, but I'm just saying, like, you feel like that's the wrong thing.
So a dad's job is to keep their baby off the pole. And yes. I say that jokingly, but at the same time, I mean that. I mean it in a serious sense, because you don't want to push your kid, especially your daughter, to look for affection from a stranger in that scenario. You don't want your kid to look at a stranger like that for confirmation or for that sort of attention. I know anybody can do it. I know it's not. I know that's not the probably the actual reason why people do it. I was just saying it to be funny, but at the same time, I meant it in the sense that I want to make sure my kid has all the care, all the affection that she needs, all of the
that doesn't stop her from
needs. It doesn't, but it's me just trying to set her in the right direction. Now, if she chooses that as an adult, that's her choice. I have nothing to do with that.
That's not necessarily a wrong direction. I
But as long
disagree.
as I can sit there as a dad
Did you just
and
say
say
the
that
poll
I
is not a
gave her
wrong
all the
direction?
information,
No. Hold on. I'm not saying
Did
that.
you say the poll is not a wrong direction?
First of all, I'm not saying that the poll is the right or the wrong direction. I'm saying that if your daughter chooses to do that to pay for some aspect of her career, schooling, if she's a doctor trying to pay for some, if you saying
she's an
that,
adult.
Trying to
That's her choice.
villainize
I'll pay for it.
I know. I'm saying because
but gymnastics.
And here's my whole thing with that. Like, so if your wife, hold on, Adam, because I think you told me your wife was doing pole dancing as a form of aerobics or something one day.
Yes, that's fine.
What's wrong with that?
Because she's a grown-ass fucking woman.
Well, what's wrong with that?
She's a grown-ass fucking woman with an actual professional career, and she's doing it for me. She ain't doing it for a bunch of motherfuckers to see. If I was inviting my friends over and she's sitting up here dancing on the pole collecting money, then we got a problem. But if she's sitting up here, put the pole in our bedroom and she's dancing for me, you're the bigger freak as I need, so I don't need to go to the fucking strip club, right?
Why are y'all villainizing it? Just like Brandy was saying, why y'all villainizing strippers? I can't even say the word villainizing.
Hold on.
We don't want our daughters being strippers. What's wrong with that?
So hold on.
I'm not saying my daughter will be a stripper. I'm just saying.
You're what's wrong with that?
We're not
That's not the wrong choice.
Anybody's daughter's.
We're not villainizing. We're not villainizing strippers. It was initially a joke. That was what it was initially.
You have a bad way of bringing jokes.
So initially, the initial point for me saying that was, I know a few of them, and they're not bad people, but at the same time, me personally, I have been to a strip club 3 times in my life, and all 3 times there were horrific experiences.
Thank you.
So
no.
I'm just saying.
Thank you.
It's not horrific. No.
Just hear me out. So the first time I went, I had to beg this girl to get off me. We're not gonna talk about your Second time I went, this girl wanted to hold a conversation with me about football while she had no clothes on, while I had nothing to do with what was going on. Third time, I got kicked in the back of the head by a chick that was doing a handstand for somebody behind me. I scooted my chair up to get out of the way so that didn't happen. I turned around and I was like, okay, this is what's going on. I turned back around to focus on what was in front of me. Next thing I know, I got ninja kicked in the damn head.
Well, you got a big ass head, so I think you can withstand the blow of a foot.
But the point was,
I second what James said.
I turned around and I was like, hey, are you okay? And I bent down to help her up. And she was like, no, I'm good. I did it on purpose. I'm like, you kicked me in the head on purpose? And she was like, no, I did the handstand on purpose. And I'm like, yo, you just kicked me. I'm trying to be a gentleman, and you kicked me in the head.
No. Wait, J. Marie. I actually want to say I agree with him, what he's saying about strip clubs. I remember we were at a fucking strip club for my boy's bachelorette party, right? Or, excuse me, bachelor party, excuse me.
I was like, what kind of shit?
Sorry, this new world.
Your friend circle is super sus.
Exactly. I'm like, what?
So wait. So I'm at the strip club for a friend's bachelor party, right? And you got these fucking strippers dancing around. This girl sits up here, she knows a couple of us here are in finance. And she's like, oh, yeah, I'm trying to get my MBA and all this other shit. And I'm like, okay, that's all well and good. And then she's like, oh, do you know of any opportunities? In my head, I'm like, bitch, do you really think that I'm going to, no offense. I understand you getting your degree and everything, but is this really where you think you're going to make a business contact? Really?
People do business.
And move on. I'm sorry.
People do business in strip clubs. All the time.
Business card.
Wait. And then the other one, okay, I'll just slip it right in your ass cheek right there. Just hold that for me right there.
Just
wait,
drop it in there.
But wait.
Just
but then the other time, the other thing that I don't like about strip clubs is it's bullshit. It's like I'm paying you to tease me. I'm like, at the end of the day, yes, I could probably pay to do more, but I don't want to fucking do that. I wouldn't want to be with a stripper anyway. Like I'm paying for the fantasy, and I'm like, I can just go get the real thing, and be fully satisfied. Why the fuck am I paying some girl to sit up here and tease me?
But okay, but
the food is terrible.
But at the same time, you're paying for that experience. But you're no. How is that problems?
If you eat at a strip club, you got problems.
No, they actually make some really good food. What are you talking about?
Really nice strip clubs.
They have really good food.
Ma'am.
Gourmet
Titties and tater tots.
Sir.
Titties and tater tots do not go together.
Chicken wings do though.
Hey, James.
Yes,
not
you
eating a steak at a strip club. No, ma'am.
They got some gourmet
Titties and tater tots do not go
in New
together.
York. BK, I take it you're in Brooklyn, right?
I don't care. I'm not going.
I take it you're in Brooklyn, right,
McDonald's
BK?
first.
Hold on, James. Hold on, James.
BK, I take it you're in Brooklyn, right? Are you in Brooklyn? BK? Is that why it's BK?
Am I in Brooklyn?
Yeah.
No, that's bedroom candy.
Oh, okay.
North Carolina.
Okay. Because basically what I was going to say is, you come to New York, we got some strip clubs with literally fucking gourmet restaurant attached to it.
Exactly. It's good food.
I don't care. I'm not.
Like
I will go to McDonald's.
My friend set up and they're like, yo, we're going to strip club to eat at like a fucking business lunch.
Exactly.
And I was like, bro, it's bullshit.
No,
exactly.
But whatever.
I've heard plenty of stories where it's good food at the strip club.
I hate the strip club because it's boring as fuck, but the food is good.
You can if you want to throw tits in my face while I'm eating, fuck it. Hey, that's it. No, but you can also order. You can also order strip club food off of Uber Eats or some kind of app. Like as long as they're a business.
I'm pretty sure that's a health code violation somewhere.
It's not a health. No, it's not.
I'm good.
They deliver it.
No,
the strippers are cooking. I think you got the misconception.
Exactly, they're not cooking. It's an actual cook.
I would go to a regular restaurant. I'm good.
You are the most conservative person I've met, sir.
There are certain things that I do not mix. There are certain things that just don't sound that they don't go together.
So if your wife
with that beard, he definitely looks orthodox.
Wait. So if your wife was cooking chicken wings butt ass naked, you're saying that wouldn't mix for you?
That is totally different.
That is not
because we're at home. We're at home. There's other things that we do butt ass naked. That is totally different. It's not the same at all, J-Marie. That's just like I'm gonna let this stranger take this $1 off my face with her butt cheeks.
No,
that is totally damn different.
That's not.
That is different.
I've never.
They do.
I've seen somebody.
They do. They do.
I've seen it.
But my point.
Ping pong
my
ball.
point.
I've seen a girl light cigarettes. I've seen all kinds of shit.
James, it sounds like you got way more experience with a strip club for somebody who hates it.
I've seen it. I've been to 3 of them, and I've seen some things. That's why I've not gone back.
You've seen all that? In 3 strip clubs? I've been to at least 7 strip clubs. I ain't seen half of that shit.
All 3 times that I went.
Where was this in Thailand? Where was this in Thailand?
No, it was not.
In Thailand.
Did they have deep voices?
Lawton, Oklahoma.
Okay.
It sounds like
that sounds like some bullshit to me.
There's a strip club there where I saw a chick shooting ping pong balls. I've seen a chick take $1 off a dude's nose with her butt cheeks. I've seen a chick light a cigarette with her shit.
Was this all the same strip club? This was all the same strip club?
Light a cigarette
at the same place.
Okay, wait. So you judge all strip clubs based on the one strip club you've been to?
No, I said I've been to 3 different ones.
Where were they at?
That I went,
you saw all of that shit happening.
Where were they at though? What? It wasn't lying.
Again, I don't like strip clubs either, but your story sound like bullshit.
The first time I went was in Kansas City. I had to tell the chick to get off me. The one going towards was it Truman Road?
Will you recognize it if he says it?
And I was
like, yes, I will recognize it.
Because there's an adult shop in the basement of it.
James,
it's off Truman Road.
Apparently somebody's father didn't keep J-Marie from the pole.
I did not work on the pole. First of all, Adam.
Going past the 70, the 75.
All I know is
the drive-in.
All I know is she's sitting up here saying that shit like she's like, oh, I know that place. I've been there. I know that place.
I've been there. Don't mean I worked there though. What's the name of it? The Silver Slipper or something like that?
I don't know what it's called.
Now all of a sudden she's trying to fuck around like she don't know the name.
They have an adult store in the basement of it. That's all.
She ain't got to pay stuff from there.
But I was
she ain't got to pay stuff from there.
I don't.
I went there once when I was like 18.
Okay, what's the other strip clubs you've been to?
The other one I went to was in Lawton, Oklahoma.
Another Lawton, Oklahoma one? Or
no, it's only there was the one I went there, and the second one I went to was in Oklahoma City. That one was
Oklahoma City. Oh, you're only going to 3?
Yeah.
3.
Oh,
okay.
Ah,
I'm okay. I'm cool on that.
You ain't went to no real strip clubs. Lawton, Oklahoma. Who the fuck goes to Lawton, Oklahoma? You should have went to Atlanta or New York or something like that.
Wait.
Or even Dallas.
The principal.
Marie, it sounds like this motherfucker been nothing but like the ghetto ass, the most ghetto strip clubs ever. Like you go in there, the chicks up here, like inside their G-string, they got a Glock, right? Like what? Like.
She was pregnant. The ones in Kansas City, I've heard. Now I've not seen this. Maybe I've seen one where I was a little questioned, like, is she in the first trimester? But besides that, I've never seen.
About the ones that got the fucking C-section scars to go.
No, like I've heard.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Huh?
Yeah, bullet wounds and all kind of open heart surgery scars.
Some of them might have been starting out. It could have been starter businesses or startup strip clubs. Maybe they were reopening or something like that.
I'm not a fan of the whole strip club premise.
I've been to upper class strip clubs where you got nothing but pretty looking models and they all look great and shit like that. It still didn't attract me. I'm like, fuck it. It's bullshit. Like, I'm with you on that, James. But at the same time, what you're describing your experience as, I'm like, you've been to some ghetto ass strip clubs, bro. Like, maybe you should try coming to a strip club, like with different variety of women. I don't know.
I don't want to go to them.
And if I remember correctly, you have a type. And wait, James. If I remember correctly, you have a type. And the type of strip clubs you sound like you've been to, they don't have your variety of people there. So I don't know.
Hold on, let me call out somebody real quick because Jay Font was supposed to be on this motherfucker and he has a lot of experience with strip clubs. I don't know where the fuck he's at now. As I remember, I sent him the link to get on this show. No, he has a lot of experience.
He was spinning records?
No, he has a lot of experience with strip clubs. He could give us a lot of insight.
Wait, Jay Marie, did he work at the same strip club you worked at?
I did not work at a strip club, sir. I've never worked at a strip club.
Oh wait, I misunderstood that. Because you were saying something about knowing all this shit about strip clubs.
You ain't hear me say I worked at no motherfucking strip club. Please don't put that rhetoric out there, sir.
At the end of the day, James, like I said, somebody's father didn't save us from the pole.
I would not be a good stripper. Just so we're clear, babe, I would not be a good stripper. I'm gonna just let you know that. Like, don't listen to his ass.
That's what.
Because I know you might be watching. No, I would not be a good stripper.
At the end of the day, didn't you say you were getting the pole? Didn't you say you were getting the pole? Wait, January, didn't you say you were getting the pole? You said you were getting the pole, right?
Hey,
no, I didn't.
Hey, Adam, hold on.
Don't ask that question. Don't be trying to run my show.
What would be y'all stripper names? What would be Miss Pleasure Palace? What would be your stripper name?
Yeah, there we go. Okay, what would be your stripper name? We're gonna start with her because she be trying to dip out on these conversations. What would be your stripper name?
No.
What would you pick?
No, I don't know. I gotta think about that for a second.
No.
James. No. This right here, Jane Doe.
Now she want to try to have. Now she want to try to have issues with her fucking internet. No. You got to answer this question.
I mute my mic. I said go around and come back to me. I'm not going anywhere.
Jay Marie. Your name would be Jane Doe.
Exactly. Boom. You don't know me. Okay.
That's kind of fucked up.
Okay, now James, what would be your stripper name? Don't act like they're male strippers. Don't act like it's not male strippers. So don't be trying to play that game. And Adam, what would be your stripper name?
I'm not saying it's not. It's just that's not my thing.
Nope. You got to come up with your stripper name. What would it be?
I don't know.
No, because when we come back to Brandy, you better have a name. What would be your name?
I don't know. That's like
Hucklebuck, nigga. Hucklebuck would be your name. Hucklebuck.
That's like people picking porn names.
Like, no, Hucklebuck is your name.
I would look at that in the same aspect as
Hucklebuck. Hucklebuck. Okay, Adam, what would be your name?
Honestly, I don't know. I gotta think about that one for a minute. I gotta think about it. Let me see.
You from New York, right?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, from New York.
Ain't it a rapper in New York named Mr. Cheeks?
Never heard of him, but I mean, hey.
So you trying to say that would be his name?
Mr. Cheeks, that seems.
That nigga got a song called Lights, Camera, Action. You ain't gonna play that one off. That nigga got a song called Lights, Camera, Action.
Hold on, that's my song though.
Mr. Cheeks.
Why you hating? That's my song. No.
I thought it was funny.
That is my song.
I thought it was funny, and since he's from New York, that shit fit. It was funny to me.
Exactly. Adam, since your motherfucking ass is from New York, you Mr. Cheeks. There you go. On the poll. In the poll, Mr. Cheeks. Yeah. Now we coming back to Brandy. What's gonna be your stripper name?
Oh no. No, I'm thinking. Help me think of something.
Wait. James gonna be popping fresh. His bald ass and look like the fucking Pillsbury Doughboy.
You said popping fresh?
Yeah, you look like the Pillsbury Doughboy, bro.
Hey,
popping
fresh. I do.
Popping fresh, baby. Popping fresh.
Hey.
Mr. Cheeks, though, I mean, yay, it takes the cake right there. Mr. Cheeks. I mean,
yeah, it does.
It takes the cake.
It's terrible.
It takes the cake. But Brandy, we're not gonna end the show without you coming up with a stripper name.
Help me think of something.
Let's see what James, Adam, y'all can come up. Let's collaborate on this.
Hey Adam, your name is Mr. Sangria.
No, it gotta be Mr. Cheeks.
Hey, that's an inside joke. That's Mr. Sangria right there.
Okay, we're gonna give him Mr. Sangria. All right. Now, what's Brandy's name gonna be?
Oh man.
Y'all give me a name.
Listen. He about to give you something like, yeah. Come on. 5 what?
I'm 5'2".
Okay. Let's see. Well, you got any special skills?
Look at this. Okay, come on. Because why you being? Come on.
How do you not use the name Brandy? How do you not use the name Brandy?
She ain't talking about
that's her name. That's her name. Yeah, she can't use Brandy. You gotta come up with a fake name for your stripper name.
I mean, hey, cognac. I'm fucking with you.
No, not cognac.
Oh, I can't think of anything.
Not a cognac, bitch.
Pleasure B. There we go. Pleasure B. Pleasure B. Or B pleasure. There you go. B pleasure.
I'm gonna think of one and say it next show.
No, because no. Be pleasure.
Okay. Be pleasure. We're gonna
be pleasure on the poll. Okay. Now, what would be your move?
Oh, that's not fair.
Yeah, no, because you keep on skipping out. We're gonna start with you from now on.
Would it be you got a special way to make it clap?
The split.
You got a special way to make it clap. She got a special way to make it clap.
I'm gonna step out of this one. Because don't play with me.
She giving a whole standing ovation. Go ahead. Go ahead, give me that standing O. Yeah.
Wait. Question. Popping fresh. What's your special move?
No, wait a minute. Popping fresh. What's your special move?
I smell like your daddy fucking your mama. How about that?
Well, the funny thing about that. Wait, you said wait. You You said you smell like our daddy fucking.
I smell like your
daddy.
Your daddy. Yeah, your daddy.
No, because he's saying all of us. He basically smells like our fathers.
I didn't say like
our mothers.
No, I didn't say ours. You motherfuckers.
No.
I said.
How are you not offended?
That was a shotgun blast, Chief. That wasn't nothing specific.
You talking all over here.
I said it was a shotgun blast. It wasn't nothing specific.
A shotgun blast.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about y'all specifically.
That's your position. I mean, not your position. Your move.
We need to turn your headphones up, Chief, because you didn't hear shit you just said. No, I said I smell like your daddy fucking your mama, and I wasn't talking about y'all specifically. I said it was a shotgun blast. It was thrown like a shot thrown over the bow, like anybody can get it. I wasn't talking about y'all specifically. I wasn't
but
daddy.
But the move. But the move. We talking about what your move gonna be.
That's what it is. I'm walking around. Like your daddy fucking your mama.
That's not a move though.
That's what it is.
I mean, he's fat, so he don't got many moves.
Mine would be the slide down the pole.
I seen the chick fall doing that shit.
That would be mine. To slide down the pole.
That shit was pretty funny.
That would be mine. Just slide down the pole. I mean, what else? You could have named that. You could have said you slid down the pole.
My move would be the worm.
The what? The what?
Nah, that's Mr. Sangria. Like you gotta pour drinks in chicks' mouth.
Wait a minute.
You gotta pour them drinks.
Hold on. Adam, your move would be what?
That's Mr. Sangria. You gotta pour him drinks.
This nigga is laughing. Okay, you better stop laughing on mute. What is your move, Adam?
Because you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You gotta pour him drinks.
Yeah, I guess that was from the bartender.
The what? What is he saying his move would be?
Call it the bartender.
The bartender.
It's called the bartender.
On the bartender.
It's called the bartender.
Yeah,
okay. It's called the bartender. Yeah.
I pour sangria on myself, and then
you let him drink it off the third leg. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how it works.
Okay.
That's how it works.
Okay, what you got in your cup, nigga? What is going on here? What are you drinking on?
You got sangria.
Crown and
sangria?
Tea. No, Crown and tea. That's Mr. Sangria. That nigga's drinking that shit. He got them hoes drinking that shit. I ain't never had it. Sangria day of my damn life.
Okay, Brandy, what's your move? We back. We gave you time. What's your move?
I don't know.
That's called the standing O. It's called the standing O. That baby getting there you go. Standing O. She getting the standing ovation. There you go.
All right, now
she got a special way to make it clap. She make it feel special.
We are done, James, because I don't know what is in your drink. I'm about to mute your ass because you over here catching feelings. I'm about to mute you.
She make them feel special.
Your eyes and got all super watery while you saying that. Anyway,
wait. His cheeks got all flushed too. This guy definitely soft right now.
Say what?
His eyes is glossy. His eyes all glossy.
Hey, I was thinking about Miss Pleasure Palace. Her move.
Anyway,
that's what we saying. You thinking about
standing O. Okay.
Anyway,
my man sweating too.
Adam. Who? Somebody came in your room? Okay, Adam. Shut it. Shut it, sir. All right, we got to close out the show. All right. Adam, now I'm finna mute you. And remove you from the little square. You got to get your square removed. You are not. Anyway.
You are not the mystery square today, Chief.
Anyway, thank you all for tuning in to the Dirty Pleasure Show. I am the host, J. Marie Poetry, and I've got with me Miss Laughing Ass, BK Pleasure Palace over here.
She was thinking about standing O too.
We thank you for tuning in, y'all. Check out the show. It will be re-aired one of these days. Thank you all for tuning in. And the Dirty Pleasure Show. Peace. Let me find the mouse. Hold on. Shit, the mouse. There we go. Let's do it again. Let's do.
It's 2 fingers.
All right, y'all. Have a good one. Peace.